Okay, so as we were discussing this problem in the morning session. So this will continue with the same thing. So we had defined the function f of x as it is equal to x minus 5 if x is greater than or equal to 5, and it is minus of x minus 5 if x is less than 5. Correct? So we had divided this particular function into three cases. So the first case was we have to check for a random element which is greater than 5, and then we had checked for a random element which is less than 5, and both the cases the function was continuous. Okay, in both the cases the function was continuous. Now in the third case was at c is equal to 5, and many of you have checked it and you have got the answer, it is continuous. Those who have checked it, you just check whether you have got the same answer or not. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to find at x is equal to 5. Okay, so what we have to do, first we have to find what is f of 5. What is f of 5, students? What is f of 5? Which definition I have to use? Which definition I have to use, the first one or the second one? The first one or the second one? Which definition I have to use? Subramanya, you can put your question in the chat box instead of raising your hand. So for f of 5, which definition I have to use, students? The first one or the second one? First one. Okay. So you have to use the first definition, right? Okay, so that is x minus 5. So x is nothing but 5 here. So 5 minus 5 is equal to 0, and 0 is a finite number. So clearly f of c exists. Okay, what is the definition to find whether the function is continuous at a point? First you have to find what is f of c, and you have to check whether f of c exists. Exist in the sense you have to check whether f of c is a defined quantity or an undefined quantity. If it is a defined quantity, then you say f of c exists. If it is not defined, then you say f of c does not exist. Okay, then you have to check what is limit of f of x as x tends to c, and then you have to check whether both are equal. But here, before you go into the limit as x tends to 5, you can see that this is 5. Immediately below less the value, if you take x less than 5, the function changes, and if you take value greater than 5, again the function changes. So what you have to do, you have to go for left hand limit and right hand limit. Okay, and you have to check whether both are equal. If they are equal, only then the limit exists. Okay, so left hand limit. Left hand limit means you are approaching the limiting value, that is 5, from the left. Okay, you are approaching the limiting value 5 from the left, which means you are taking values which is immediately to the left of 5, or which is less than 5. So when x is less than 5, which definition I have to use, the first one or the second one, students? Which definition I have to use, the first one or the second one? Which definition I have to use? Yeah, so we have to use the second definition, right? We have to use the second definition. So what is the second definition? It is minus of x minus 5 as x tends to 5, correct? As x tends to 5. So that is nothing but minus of 5 minus 5. What is 5 minus 5? Minus of 0. So 0 doesn't have a positive or a negative. So it is 0. So your left hand limit is 0. Now you find what is your right hand limit. What is your right hand limit? It is limit f of x as x tends to 5 from the right, which means you're taking a value which is greater than 5. So when you're taking value which is greater than 5, how f of x is defined? Whether it is defined in the first form or the second form. Take define agide. First form will define agidya, second form will define agidya. How it is defined, students? Good students. Good Sahana, good Subramanya, good Nitilakshmi. Yes, it is first form. So it is defined in the first form. So first form is nothing but x minus 5 as x approaches 5 from the right, which means right anta helidre value is greater than 5. Okay, x minus 5. So that is we have to put the value. So it is 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. So you can see that left hand limit and right hand limit are equal. What does that mean, students? If left hand limit is equal to right hand limit, what does that mean? What does that mean? Left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. What does that mean? Limit exists. Good, Niyati Lakshmi. It is not continuous. We are not jumping into the conclusion, Dikshita. It means the limit exists. Okay, good, Sahana. Limit exists. Okay, so what does that mean? Left hand limit is equal to right hand limit implies the limit exists. And what is the limiting value? Limit f of x as x tends to 5. Okay, limit f of x as x tends to 5. What is the value? It is equal to 0. Okay, limit x tends to 5, limit f of x as x tends to 5 is equal to 0. So now if you see the first and the second equation, you can see both are equal, correct? So that is our third definition. Third thing we have to verify. You can see from 1 and 2 both are equal. Therefore, the function is continuous at x is equal to 5 as well, which means the function is continuous in the entire domain, that is real numbers. The function is continuous in the entire real number. Hope this is clear, students. Is this clear? So now we'll go with the next question. So this is your next question. So those who have understood, this is just like how we have done the previous problem. The same way, you can see here what you can see. You can see that the function is defined in two different ways. If it is less than or equal to 1, then it is x plus 2. If it is greater than 1, then it is x minus 2. Okay, now you have to check whether this particular function is continuous or not. So how many cases we have to verify here, students? How many cases we have to verify? Just compare it with the previous question which we have done. How many cases we have to verify over here? Yes, good students. 3 cases. So what are those 3 cases? Can anyone tell me what are those 3 cases? What are those 3 cases? What are those 3 cases? You're saying that we have to verify C greater than 1, C less than 1 and C is equal to 1. Good, Niyati Lakshmi. Good, Sahana. Good, Dikshita. Okay, good. So you know the things. So if you know the things, you just start doing it. Okay. So, illenagide function hege define agide, f of x is equal to, it is x plus 2 if x is less than or equal to 1 and it is x minus 2 if x is greater than 1. Correct? Our definition of the function is, we have to check. First condition is f of c exists. Second condition is limit of f of x. Those who have understood, you can go for the problem. Others, you can just listen to me. And third condition is you have to check whether both the answers are equal. Okay. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ಮೂರು ಕೇಸಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, you can see less than 1 ಆದಾಗ x plus 2 ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, greater than 1 ಆದಾಗ x minus 2 ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, x equal to ನ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ functions change ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So we have to do the 3 cases. The first case is case 1, if your c is greater than 1. Okay, case 1 is if your c is greater than 1. So first thing, what you have to do, you have to find what is f of c. Okay, what happens to f of c then? If c is greater than 1, which definition we have to use? The first one or the second one? Which definition we have to use, students? The first one or the second one? Which one we have to use? Yes, good students. So we have to use the second one. X greater than 1. Alvin, x greater than 1 we have to check. So So x greater than 1 is x minus 2. F of x, whenever your value is greater than 1, if you are taking a real number which is greater than 1, then f of x is defined as x minus 2. So you have to use the second definition. Okay, so you have to use the second definition element. Okay, so that is nothing but f of c. So f of c is equal to c minus 2. Okay, clearly c minus 2 exists because it is a polynomial and c is a real number which is greater than 1. Okay, c is a particular real number which is a finite number. C is a finite number which is greater than 1, and c minus 2, obviously it is a finite number. Okay, so f of c exists. Now you find what is limit. So limit of f of x as x tends to c, that is equal to limit of f of x is nothing but x minus 2, because we are taking c greater than 1. So the function is defined as x minus 2 as x tends to c. So that is c minus 2. Even this exists because this is nothing but a polynomial, and limit of a polynomial function exists. Okay, so this is c minus 2 also exists. So you can see that from 1 and 2 both are equal. First and second condition is verified, and third condition, what is the third condition? Both the answers should be same. So clearly from 1 and 2, what you can conclude? F is continuous. Okay, what you can conclude, students? Okay, I hope now I am audible to you, right? Okay, there is some network issues. Please bear with us. Okay, there is some network issues, students. Please bear with us. Okay. Okay, fine. So next thing, c less than 1. Okay, you have to check for, let's c less than 1. That is your case 2. C less than 1. So can anyone tell me what happens if c less than 1, whether the function is continuous? Whether the function is continuous, students? If c is less than 1, whether the function is continuous? Am I audible? Okay, fine. So if c is less than 1 also, the function is continuous, because what happens to f of c? So c is less than 1. So the definition is the first form you have to use, which is x plus 2. So here it is c plus 2. Clearly, since c is a real number, a finite real number, c plus 2 is also a finite real number. And then limit of f of x as x tends to c. So that is limit of f of x is nothing but, here it is c plus 2 as x tends to c, that is not c plus 2, x plus 2. So substitute the value of c to the x. So it is c plus 2. Both are equal. So the function is continuous. F is continuous even for x less than 1. Okay. So what is the third case which you have to verify? What is the third case which you have to verify? At c is equal to 1, correct? At c is equal to 1, what happens? Okay, c is equal to 1. Good note, Fatima. So what is f of 1? What is f of 1? Which definition I have to use at x is equal to 1? The first one or the second one? First one. So what first one says? F of x is x plus 2, correct? So what is f of 1? So what is f of 1, students? What is f of 1? It is 3. Good, Subramania. So it is 1 plus 2. Good, Nitya Lakshmi. So it is 3. So f of 1 is 3. Clearly 3 is a finite number. So f of 1 exists. Okay. Now, if you see, this is 1. If x is less than 1, x is less than 1, the function is x plus 2. And if x is greater than 1, then the function is x minus 2. So you can see there is a change in the function. Okay, function change ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. 1 in immediate left ಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ function x plus 2 ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. When we move immediately to the right, it becomes x minus 2. So what does that mean? You have to, when you are checking the limit at x is equal to 1, you have to check for left hand limit and right hand limit. Okay, so what is left hand limit? Left hand limit is limit f of x as x tends to 1 from the left. Okay, from the left in artha enu, x is less than 1. So when x is less than 1, which definition you have to use, students? Which definition you have to use? Which definition, the first one or the second one? When x is less than 1. X is less than 1. Listen properly, x less than 1. This is greater than 1, this is less than 1. So first one you have to use. Okay, so first one is x plus 2 as x tends to 1 from the left. Okay, adike nanu illi ulta kottidini. Second one is x greater than 1, first one is x less than 1. So now we are talking about x less than 1, therefore we have to use the first definition. So now you apply x is equal to 1. So what you will get? 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Okay, so what you will get? 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Correct. Now you find what is right hand limit. Right hand limit is you have to consider the value which is greater than 1. Okay, right hand limit is you are approaching 1 from the right. Right ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ values ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ 1 ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Values 1 ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ definition ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವು? Which definition you have to use, students? Which definition you have to use? Which definition you have to use? Second one. Good. So you have to use the second one. So it is limit x minus 2 as x tends to 1 from the right. So that is, you apply x is equal to 1. So you'll get 1 minus 2 is equal to minus 1. Okay. So 1 minus 2 is equal to minus 1. So whether left hand limit is equal to right hand limit? Whether left hand limit is equal to right hand limit, students? Is it equal? No, it is not equal. So if it is not equal, what does that mean? If the limits are not, left hand limit and right hand limit are not equal, what does that mean, students? What does that mean? If left hand limit, okay, limit does not exist. Good, Dikshita, limit does not exist. Yes, good, Nitya Lakshmi, Sahana, Subramanya. Yes, so you know. So left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. So limit of f of x as x tends to 1 does not exist. So what we can conclude? So what we can conclude? Our definition to find whether a function is continuous or not is, yes, it is discontinuous. Good, good Subramanya, good Ranjita, it is discontinuous. Okay, or it is not continuous at x is equal to 1. So f of the given function f of x is not continuous at x is equal to 1. Okay, so this is the answer. So given function is continuous at x greater than 1, less than 1, but it is not continuous at x is equal to 1. So this is your answer. The function is continuous at every point greater than 1, at every point less than 1, but it is not continuous at x is equal to 1. So is this clear, students? Whether this is clear? Yes. So we'll move on. So next question you have to answer. You only have to tell me what are the cases and what is the answer. So we'll see who will give me the answer very quickly, whether it is continuous everywhere or if it is not continuous, where it is not continuous. Okay. So this is your next question. So this is your next question. So how many cases we have to go through? How many cases we have to go through here also? Three cases. Yes. Which are those cases? Which are those cases? Good students. 3 cases. So which are those cases? Which are those cases? Greater than 2, less than 2, equal to 2. Good. Very good. You know the answer. See, so easy. Because yakagtide illi 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. 2 ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದನ್ 2 ಆದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಲೆಸ್ ದನ್ 2 ಆದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ 2 ನ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ to the left and right of 2. If it is greater than 2 and less than 2, it is changing. So those who have understood, you can go for it. Okay, so others, you just follow it again. The definition to find whether the function is continuous or not is f of c exists, the first thing. Second thing is, what you have to do, limit of f of x as x tends to c exists. Third thing you have to check is whether both are equal. Okay, you have to check these 3 things. You have to check these 3 things. So first case is, as you have told, case 1. So case 1 is, if let c be a random real number which is greater than 1. Okay, let c be a random real number which is greater than 1, and definitely c is a finite real number. Okay, so what is f of c? So what is f of c, students? What is f of c? What is f of c? Which definition I have to use? Which definition I have to use, students? The first one or the second one? C greater than, not greater than 1, it is 2, sorry. So for c greater than 2, which definition I have to use? Second one. So f of c is nothing but 2c plus 3, correct? F of c is nothing but 2c plus 3. Since c is a finite number, 2c plus 3 is also finite. Good Akamayavati. Good Vani. Good Jyotika. So 2c plus 3 is a finite number. Okay. So clearly f of c exists. Then you have to find the limit. Limit of f of x as x tends to c. So that is limit of, as I told you earlier, we are talking about c greater than 2. Hauda? C value 2 ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. So function, okay, sorry, it's 2x minus 3. Okay, fine, sorry, it's 2x minus 3, so it is 2c minus 3. Okay, thank you, Sahana. Okay, fine. So f of x is 2x minus 3 as x tends to c. Okay. Okay, so Dikshita is saying it is discontinuous. Where it is discontinuous, Dikshita? In which case you are getting it as discontinuous? Okay, that you have to tell me. Okay, so it is 2c minus 3. So clearly from 1 and 2, case 3. Okay, so what is case 3? Which is the thing you have taken as case 3? So from 1 and 2, you can see that both are equal. So the function is continuous if x is greater than 2. Correct? Because from 1 and 2, you can see that the function is continuous if x is greater than 2. Okay. Good. Dikshita has given me the answer already. Others, do it fast. Okay. So the second condition is, okay, there is a power issue, students. If it, in case it gets stopped, you just rejoin. Okay. Okay, so second case is, case 2 is, let c less than 2. So if c is less than 2, what does that mean? The function f of c is nothing but